There we are, live from Dante's. Sometimes when you're doing live broadcasting, things just happen out of your control. So there we are. We are here and we are doing our thing. We're on the Limbo stage, downtown Portland. All you folks from out of town, Voodoo Donuts is right across the street. We're at the world famous Dante's Inferno. And also, you got Pizza Slut here too. We're always trying to bang down some pizza before we get the show started because it's so good. But you got to come on down to Dante's and check it out. We'll talk about some of the things that are happening this weekend coming up at Dante's and at the Star Theater. But yours truly, Justin McDonald. And today we are glad to have a guest on the show, and we have Hopeless Jack with us.
How's it going, everybody?
And we're doing our live stream thing. Now, you've been working at Dante's for a while, right? Do you not only work here, but everywhere else?
I've been working for this company for on and off for like 10 years. And I've worked at the Kit Kat Club, Star Theater here. I'm over at the Jockey Club in Rialto now.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah, this has been home for most of my adult life, to be totally honest.
That's pretty cool. We were talking a little bit before that you grew up here.
Yeah.
I don't meet a lot of people from Portland. I just don't meet a lot of people.
I'm a transplant, but like an early transplant. I, against my will, moved here at the age of 10, and I've been here on and off ever since.
Where did they bring you from?
Hawaii. So it was a huge bummer.
Yeah. I love Hawaii very much. The thing about Hawaii is you go there, you just don't want to watch. You don't want a phone.
No, you don't want nothing.
Just don't.
Hawaii time.
Hawaii time. So where'd you grow up in Hawaii?
I grew up on Maui and on Oahu. I lived in Kihei on Maui, and then I lived in Kailua on Oahu.
Yeah. I got a lot of friends there and family as well. I love going over to the islands. It's just
for sure. I mean, some of my family still lives over there, and I just saw a picture today. It's like 85 degrees, sunny.
We got like 20 here. We have like emergency warming shelters opening, and it's
there's ice out in front of Dante's right now. That's a rarity.
Yeah, I noticed that when coming in. We've been coming in doing the live stream for a couple weeks now. Getting the kinks out.
Yeah.
Trying to obtain sponsorships and things like of that nature because we wanted this to keep going all the time, and we're actually gonna switch up the days and start coming on Monday nights, folks, at around 6:00 before karaoke from hell
in stereo even.
Yeah, we're gonna come and hang out before that, and that way we can talk about all the things that are happening all week long at Dante's, not just in the next couple of days in the weekend. But back to you, Hopeless Jack. So you came from Hawaii, you came to Portland as a young person.
Very young, as a 9-year-old, 10 years old.
That's like before Voodoo Donuts and all that stuff, that Portland stuff.
Yeah, I moved here right before the year I moved here. We had a flood, and we had to they were putting sandbags on the Willamette River. I've lived here for a very long time since then. I've never seen them do that since.
Wow. Yeah, that's insane to me. So you lived here, and then you grew up. What high school did you go to?
I went to Sunset and Beaverton.
Okay, yeah, out there, the West Side, a little bit of West Side action, and then you decided you wanted to be a musician. Is that how it worked?
Yeah, I guess I made a decision.
I'm just curious at what age you said, you know what, I'm gonna go do
it. So I hit the age of 20 years old and picked up a guitar in a serious way. And then kind of just aimed my whole life.
That's a little late, actually, too.
Yeah, I mean, for real, I had a guitar, and I knew some cover songs, but with some seriousness and some heartache, I actually went after music around the age of 20, and that facilitated me ending up trying to get a job here at Dante's because this is where the music was.
I think that's so cool.
I love this company, and I love these clubs, and I love that they unrelentingly are putting on awesome things happening every week throughout all this craziness.
Our show is called DTPDX Live, so we try to highlight everything happening here at Dante's and in the downtown area here, and what's shaking. And we're going to bring up some stuff that's going to be happening at Dante's.
There's a bunch of good shows this week.
Yeah.
What I didn't ask about profanity.
You can swear.
Okay, great.
We
trustworthy as the
we hope parents want to watch with their kids. That's fine, but raise free minds.
Yeah.
And but there was a show tomorrow night. Actually, I'm gonna I'm being kind of a sloppy
I'm
host
at,
here.
no, I'm not. I'm off tomorrow night.
But Unholy Crown with Forced Infection here at Dante's.
Right.
That's tomorrow night, 9 o'clock.
Sounds heavy.
Doors open at 9. Show starts at 9:30. Only $10, and I'm assuming it's some kind of metal.
I mean, it sounds heavy.
It sounds heavy. That's why I'm like into it. I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool.
Forced infection. That sounds like problematic.
I love the name, man.
Yeah, that's good.
If you got a good name, I'm interested in then checking it out. But we wanted to push towards the weekend here at Dante's, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to get back to Hopeless Jackson more. So you started playing. How long did it take you till you started getting gigs on the regular? And then you were like, man, I'm gonna hit the road.
I'm so tied to this bar, Dante's in particular. There was a promoter named Ellie Darling who was doing burlesque shows around town.
Oh yeah, okay.
And she put me on as direct support as the musical act for a Masumi Max burlesque show here, and the show sold out, and ever since then it's kind of just been like, hey, you want to come play Sinferno? And we actually played this last Sunday at Sinferno.
Oh, cool. I haven't been to that in a long, long time.
Oh, man. It's pretty good. There's a good and bad side to the last 2 years, this pandemic, and it kind of closing everything down. One is that it has been a real divoning rod of like, hey, you were doing this because you wanted to,
yeah,
and you were doing this because you needed to, and you love it.
Yeah,
and all these bars stayed open because they wanted to make sure that the people could keep doing it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I agree with you on that. I mean, do all the precautions and all that, but keep it going, and to see
this is a rock and roll bar, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna do rock and roll. You know,
no,
what I mean?
I
Like,
dig the live stream and the virtual stuff. I dig that.
How do you do? I mean, hey,
there's nothing like being there and smelling the beer on the floor and the
100%.
people, the sweat and all that stuff. All those.
There's a
physicality
to rock and roll that you cannot quantify.
Do you have any memories, like when you look back at what your career so far? Like you said you traveled a little bit, and did some traveling. You got any show stories like that stand out as memorable? Like, man, I'm never gonna fucking forget that.
So there's a spot in Amsterdam I got lucky enough to play, and it was one of the coolest shows I've ever. I can't right now. I'm not blanking the name because you're bringing it up.
It's hard to pronounce, probably.
Yeah.
If it's Dutch.
Honestly, the best show I've ever seen in my entire life was here. I got to see the Oblivions, or no, not the Oblivions, the Dirt Bombs, here at Dante's, and I got to blues dance in the middle of the floor over there with this girl I had been fancying at the time.
Wow.
And it was like one of 7 shows they ever played.
And when was that? How long ago was that?
6-7 years ago.
Wow.
Their one reunion tour, they did 10 dates, and they chose Dante as one of the shows. And
I think that's
I happened
awesome.
to work here at the time, and it was a good night. Man.
Heavy punk shows are fun,
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff. That's the music I grew up on. When you were in Europe, and you were saying you were in Amsterdam, what other cities did you hit on your tours?
Oh man, I've been to most of the EU.
Okay.
I got really lucky. I met a booker and promoter over there that picked us up for 3 tours, and we did, pretty much everything from Denmark down to Austria.
Denmark,
everything in between. I think I can't remember exactly how many. France, Germany.
What is Denmark's known the home of the Jordga, the earth pipe? Yeah, the big earth pipes. Oh my God! Yeah,
I love the Danes. I have some very good friends in Copenhagen that I
That's
really
awesome.
love. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like anything like that in the future, possibly. I mean, as COVID restrictions start to lift around the world a little bit.
I'm a big proponent of getting on with life. So I'm a bartender here at this company and around town, and I have my vaccinations and boosters, and I'm ready to go as soon as we're able to. You know.
Let's now you say you bartend now you bartend at the Starlight, is that
So right now, I just got back to town. I just moved back
okay.
from San Diego,
Ah,
where I was
my
doing.
son just is getting ready to move to San Diego.
It's really nice, man. It's hard to be sad when it's 72 degrees every day of your
Right?
life. You know.
That's what I keep telling him because he's like, oh, he's trying to get everything packed up to move there. He's in the Navy.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I mean, it's a big.
Yeah,
It's a big.
but I mean, he's a
Move
rocker
to,
guy, and he
yeah.
was just like
He's
tired.
gonna love it.
I mean, the thing with the college kids, and I don't want to get too far off base, but with college kids doing their college thing
Yeah.
during this pandemic, a lot of them did a couple years and then said, "Screw this."
I mean, for real.
And that my kid was one of them.
Good for him. I mean, I didn't go to college on purpose, and I honestly can say that after 10 years of just being in the service industry, I have less debt than most of the people I know
Oh
with
man,
college
I'm sure,
degrees.
and also more life.
Yeah,
You've
100%.
experienced more life. You've done more things. I mean,
I'm a big proponent that school
somebody
is
went
not.
and spent 200 grand for 4 years of learning how to beer bong and take a test.
There's been 9 iterations of myself and what I wanted to be when I grew up since I was 20 years old. And I
Okay.
can't imagine if I had spent 4 years spending all that money to be something that I wanted to be when I was 20 years old.
Yeah. Well, if anybody's just joining us, this is DTPDX live, and we're at Dante's. We're live streaming from Dante's. We're chatting with Hopeless Jack, and of course we're stream comes in and out. We have issues here. I think I'm having issues.
go
It
down?
says we're having issues, connection issues, but I'm going to keep chugging along because the show must go on. Um, so just getting back, you just got back to town. You're at the Starlight. You're going to start. Is it on your mind now? I got to start performing on the regular.
I really,
here and
I mean,
there.
so I went down to Southern California to be around my family. They had asked for some time, and I really didn't have anywhere to be. The COVID thing was happening. There wasn't a lot of jobs, and
yeah.
So I went down and took a job at another bar that I really love called the Till 2 Club, which is basically a tiny Dante's in San Diego. When your son goes down there, tell him to check it out.
Got that, kid? You listen? I'm sure he's watching, checking it out.
Till 2 Club is dope.
Till 2 Club.
Tell Sarah and Matt and Dottie I say hey.
Awesome.
But yeah, I went down there. I had been working on a record, an acoustic record, because I've been in an electrified band for a really long time, but I play blues and country music.
Mm-hmm.
I write songs, and there's been a big demand for not full bands, not big, giant shows. There's been, people want someone to come play Charlie Parr sets, like on a small
I mean,
stage.
I love country music.
I'm saying,
I mean, I really love older country music.
That's country music.
I mean, for me, 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
There's some 80s
Waylon,
that's pretty good.
Waylon.
I mean, I like some George Strait.
Oh, I love some George Strait.
All that stuff.
Some George
But,
Jones.
I'm not really into Garth too much. I like some songs, but I'm not into, like,
as time has passed. Well, so as time has passed, I've started to gain some love for him. But I'm with you. I'm 100% with you.
You get a little older, you feel it a little more. Someone with a message coming through, I guess.
I guess the way I look at it is like, I don't listen to Miley Cyrus, but she's sold more records than me. So who the fuck am I? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Her dad sold more records than a lot of people.
Like achy breaky hair. Let's go, man. Like,
yeah, man. Bring it back to mullet, everything.
A tenth of that successful, So who am I to say anything about anybody?
Yeah, but for me, when it comes to the country music, though, I really love like some Waylon.
I love Waylon and Willie and Johnny and
all the boys.
Yeah,
Waylon
Chris
and Willie and the boys
is one of my favorite songwriters of all time.
Hands down, one of the best. And it's like I told my wife when they remade the movie, that him and Barbra Streisand made. What is it? They remade it with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga.
I don't know if I saw it.
Oh man, I'm drawing a blank. Everybody,
what is it?
If we're chatting live, get on there and chat live with me. It was the movie that Barbra Streisand and Chris Christopherson made together back in the late 70s.
What is it?
Star is Born or something like that. No, I can't.
God damn.
We're hurting. In a world of Google, we can't remember.
In my defense,
I will definitely find out.
A little bit of CBDs before I kill you.
I call it CBD too, even when it's not. Star is Born. That's the name of the movie.
Okay.
Star is Born.
You're
The
not crazy,
original was
right?
Barbra Streisand and Chris Christopherson. He wrote all the music for it, and then they remade it with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. And it was still a big hit, but they used some of the songs.
I don't know that I've seen it either.
You got to watch the original.
I mean, that's
I'm
like
all
two.
about the '70s lately, and the '70s movies.
Barbra
I've been watching a
Streisand
lot of them.
is a giant, and Chris Christopherson is an unsung giant.
Not to get too far off the topic, but like I said, '70s movies I've been watching a lot. I've watched Capricorn 1. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Elliot Gould plays a reporter who discovers that the United States faked a Mars landing and returned and dumped the guys out in the middle of the desert to die, basically.
What?
And he finds this all out, and he finds one of the missing astronauts. I don't want to ruin it, but he finds
No
one of the missing
spoilers.
astronauts. But check it out, Capricorn 1. It's like
Capricorn 1.
1978, I think, or 77. Elliot Gould,
I'm into it. All right.
James Brolin.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
man,
All right.
it's a
That's good
kick-ass movie.
stuff.
O.J. Simpson's an astronaut. Shit. I can't believe I brought that up. Getting totally sidetracked. Back to Dante's and the Starlight. I'm sorry. Sometimes we just get into talking to things and we can't help ourselves. But but you're at the Starlight. What kind of acts going on down there?
So the Star does everything, man. The Star is a beautiful, historic, large-scale venue that has been beautifully remodeled and yeah,
It is nice.
They do everything from like heavy rock and roll, fucking metal to burlesque shows. And
what is it this weekend? I think Friday, the Jazz Festival.
We got Stoner this weekend, or Stoner. I can't remember what they're called. Yeah,
I think Domo Branch Trio with Gerald Clayton and Ben Feldman. That's Friday. That's part of the.
I'm working that show. I'm
part of the PDX Jazz Festival.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's kick ass.
And that's happening down in Jack London over.
That's at Jack London.
Well, no. The Jazz Festival is happening in all the clubs right now.
Sorry, I'm getting all confused because there's so much good stuff happening in Portland. If you've been waiting to get out and do something, you got to do it now.
This week is pretty killer.
And then Saturday this week at the Starlight is Pacific Dub with Sensi Trails.
Yep.
And John Dank Show.
Yeah, that's going to be a good show.
How cool is that?
I'm excited.
I've seen them a couple times.
I haven't seen them yet, but I've heard multiple good reviews.
And so they're playing Saturday at 9. Doors open at 8.
I'm in the main well.
That's at the Starlight.
I'm at the bar.
Yeah, go see this cat, Hopeless
drink.
Jack. He'll be over there bartending during that time. Let's see. Let's take a look at what's happening at Dante. So
yeah. What's happening here?
We mentioned.
I missed the Mummies last 2 weeks ago. I was so bummed I missed that show.
Let's see. Our inaugural DTPDX live show was with Storm Large and Eric McFadden.
Yeah,
and they got here, and we got here kind of early, but everybody was rehearsing, so we didn't even get the show going till like 8:30.
I was here for that show.
Yeah, it was great. We had her come up, and we chatted for like 20 minutes, and we had Eric for about 10 minutes. We waited around as long as we could. We had to wait because we can't do it when the show's going on.
No.
So, but back to Unholy Crown with Forced Infection tomorrow night here at Dante's. Doors open at 9. It's only $10. That's a great name.
Great name.
I want to have them on the show now.
That's terrifying.
I want to have them on the show just to see what kind of cats they are. And then on Friday, Drugs and Scary Kids, Scaring Kids, Velocity Records Tour.
Ooh, yeah, cool.
And that starts at 8:00. Doors open at 7. $25. You're going to see some good stuff there. Drugs and Scary Kids, Scaring Kids.
Philosophy Records, huh?
Yeah,
it's like a showcase.
Yeah.
Killer.
Yeah, the showcases are always fun because for
That's
me,
great.
you get to see and the new bands coming out, and then you get to see what kind of fans come out to see the kind of stuff that you're interested in. I can't speak all of a sudden. Temporary loss of motor skills. And then on Saturday, Mickey Avalon VIP meet and greet.
My dick.
I don't know. Tickets are $65. That's it.
My dick.
The show's at 5 p.m. And it doesn't say it's sold out. So if you want to see Mickey Avalon,
there's still some tickets. It's a good show. It's always been a good show. He's played here a bunch of times. It's never not been a party, that's for sure.
I mean, and thinking about Saturday nights, I mean, for me, Saturday night's always the hardest night for me to get out and do something. Because I already went out on Friday night.
Yeah, right. We need an
and extra. I got to get myself motivated to go out on Saturday night. Now, if you don't go out on Friday night, you have no excuses for not going out on Saturday.
Belgium and Germany are testing out that 4-day work week, man. We can get more rock and roll shows on a 3-day week.
Do you have to know how to speak German to live in Germany and Belgium and work?
You can just teach English to Germans.
If this don't work out, I'm going to go teach English in Germany, just so you guys know. Just kidding around. But also here at Dante's, I like to highlight. So Mickey Avalon, of course, this week, and then I was going to peek a little bit ahead in the weeks to come. But then Sinferno Cabaret on
Always
Sunday,
Sunday night,
10 o'clock.
We opened that last week. You all missed it, but it was a great show.
And then we'll be back here Monday night around 6 o'clock because we got karaoke from hell at 8 o'clock. It's only $5 for tickets, so come on down and
it's
check
a damn
that
good
out.
time.
I'm always into that type of thing. It's always kind of fun. And then into Tuesday, into March 1st, you got Pairs with
my mom's birthday, March
GFL
1st.
and You're the Best. And tickets are $15. Doors open at 8 on that. That's on Tuesday night.
It's a good show, too.
There's a lot of good shows coming. I'm telling you, if you're not into it, you
whoever's doing the booking is killing it here.
Totally. And then I noticed something that caught my eye earlier, and I just want to mention it since we're doing the live stream right now, is that something I think got postponed. But
what happened?
Blitz Kid Escape, the Grave Tour that was coming on Wednesday. It looks like it says postponed on there. So if you had tickets to that, you might want to check that out. We'll have to get a little more info on that. But that's what's happening at Dante's over the next week. But that Mickey Avalon show, that's something kind of, I think I might try to sneak on out on a Saturday night.
It's fun. It's
grab a slice at Pizza Slut.
It's a good time, man. For real.
Yeah, I'd be digging it. So when you do your act, when you're out performing, do you do original songs? Are you doing a lot of covers? What's your repertoire?
Depends on the show. I have 3 of my own albums out. 4th one just got done in LA while I was down there.
That's nice.
Working on mastering right now, and then it'll come out hopefully the next month or so.
I know so many LA musicians that were up here, now they're back down there.
I can't do LA, man. Like, I really can't.
Excuse me.
I get anxiety immediately because it's like, at least in Portland, you can see where the forest starts. Like, if you had to run out into the wilderness, zombie apocalypse style, like, hey, there's the tree line. I can get to the river. There's the tree line. It's right there. In LA, it's like, hey, we got like 9 suburbs to get through and 5 hours of traffic. That's too many zombies. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I just started getting anxiety. I had to leave.
But do you do a lot of original stuff?
Yeah, I try and be as original as any white man playing the blues can be, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we do original music almost exclusively.
What did I see early on in my career? I was in the reggae business for 30 years. Early on, it was like G Love and Special Sauce, getting those kind of guys
Blues
going.
Muse.
Yeah, Blues Muse, like that type of stuff.
I love that song.
Yeah, good stuff. I always like that kind of stuff, so I'm into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you get good crowds?
You
know how to play the crowd. You know how to work the crowd.
I do. I mean, it's been hard to be a musician professionally, and there's a reason that a lot of us are coming back to work. Is that a lot of people have been afraid to go out and support, and for good reason. There's been a reason for all these mandates and all this time apart. But everyone's trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, I think, at this point. And so
it's true.
We're all coming back to it. And, if we got to do a little bit of a, blowing the cartridge reset, like maybe that's what happens.
Yeah.
But we're here to do it. And like we were talking about earlier, like that dividend rod of like, there are people that want to throw good events and hold space for people to enjoy themselves. And there's people that want to go out and play shows still, even after all the turmoil of the last 2 years. And I think that this portion in Portland's history anyway is going to be about the cream rising, Do you
think, do you have any like festivals or anything that you've been scoping out maybe to go play?
There's a psych festival in Hot Springs, Arkansas that me and my new bandmate Eric are
don't mind the noises in the background, folks.
All right.
Doing some sound checks or something. It's like Halloween.
I'm pretty excited about it. And then the last 2 years I've applied to go to Shock Festival in Europe, and I'm hoping this
Where's that at in Europe?
Germany.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shock Festival. That sounds like a lot of fun.
It's a huge psych festival out in the EU, and I've been wanting to go, so I'm hoping they do it this year. I know that it got pushed last year or the year before, so we're hoping to get on this year. Yeah.
Gosh, yeah, 3rd time's a charm, right?
Hey, maybe.
But locally wise, do you you kind of like scamper out of Portland every now and then, like maybe to the coast or something, or over to Bend or something like that?
So we play at the Volcanic Theater in Bend usually when we're there.
That's a great place.
Yeah, it's a great venue. Yeah, we've done a bunch of shows. I'm down. I'll be playing Till 2 Club on April 22nd in San Diego, California.
That's right.
We're talking with the Redwood in LA, and you know, we get on the road a lot. So we're excited for the country to be opening again. But it's nice to be having a home.
Yeah.
And to be back home and based out of somewhere.
Chilling and being home. So, and if folks want to chat with you when you're bartending at the Starlight, when are you down there?
So this week I'm there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night.
Okay. So you'll be there in the jazz thing? And
I'm doing the whole weekend. I'm in the main well down in the lower bar. You can come hit me up, come hang out,
come chat a little bit.
And then I'm over at Rialto at the Jockey Club on Monday and Tuesday if you want to come play some poker.
Cool. Yeah, poker. We've been talking about doing a live stream poker thing.
Dude, you should come over on Monday, Tuesday. Hey, interviews is way easier.
That'd be a lot of fun, man. We really talked about it. If people want to find out what's happening at Dante's, you can go to I played the wrong one. I'm sorry. Jeez,
that's why we can't have nice things.
This is why I can't have nice things. But you can go to danteslive.com for info on live music and shows, and you can follow on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and then also Downtown PDX Live. You can follow us on Instagram,
Downtown PDX
and on
Live,
Facebook, and then also Talkcast PDX. You can follow on Instagram and Facebook. And we're linking to all of those different places. So.
I'm a Luddite, so
it's the age of information. You know, the age of information is here, and we just got a few more minutes. We got about 3 more minutes before we wrap up the live stream for this week. But like next week, I said we're planning on being here Monday for Karaoke from Hell.
All right.
And cool. If there's any time, did you bring your guitar? Did you want to strum a little something? Are you good? Or?
I'm good.
We lost Zeus, your dog, earlier.
I had big plans to have my dog and my guitar up on the stage, but the dog looks tired, and I'm feeling it.
Well, that's all right. But again, I want to remind people, go and you can check out the Star Theater schedule. I have that up here at startheaterportland.com. That's startheaterportland.com.
Some good shows this weekend. Come hang out.
Yeah, and look at the calendar. You can scroll ahead. You can set your own calendar to that. It's really simple, and you can follow them on Facebook as well at Star Theater on Facebook, and I believe on Instagram as well.
Yeah, 100%.
And social media craziness and Pizza Slut.
Star Theater PDX, I believe.
Get yourself some pizza at Pizza Slut
because I had cheese. It was great.
That's one of my favorite things to get here at Dante's is Pizza Slut. All right. Hopeless Jack, thank you so much,
Pleasure,
sir. Thanks for joining us on DTPDX Live. We're here every week at Dante's, and we're live streaming. And if you want to help sponsor the program, you can do that. Just so you know, you can feel free and email us, message us. Go to social media. You will find us there. Downtown PDX Live on Instagram and Facebook, and also at Talkcast PDX. And that's going to do it from Dante's this week. So I think it's time for some more pizza.
Hell yeah.
I think I need more pizza. And until next time, folks, thank you so much. And keep on keeping on.